So the time right now is 8:37 Central Time, Thursday, Jan 29, and we've got a very sharp sell-off on Bitcoin. So you know you can make money when Bitcoin is crashing. You have to, be short Bitcoin, and you can make money if you think it's going down. So let's talk about what's happening with Bitcoin and how you can make some money while it's falling. So according to financialmagnates.com, Bitcoin crashed 6.4% to 83. I think it's a little bit lower than that. As capital rotated into precious metals, with gold surging past 56 and silver hitting record highs. Technical analysis shows Bitcoin price retesting critical consolidation support with potential targets at 74,000. 5 consecutive days of Bitcoin ETF outflows totaling $1.137 billion, which is triggering a bearish repositioning in the options market. All right. Um, all the cryptos are down. Ethereum's down. Solana's down. Daily trading volume surged above uh, 49 billion as the sell-off accelerated. This suggests that there were forced liquidations, rapid unwinding of leveraged positions. The total market cap fell about 1.7 trillion, down 4 to 5% on the day. Okay, so what are these massive? Okay, it says Bitcoin spot ETF recorded a 1.13 million in net outflows. Here's the daily outflow for Jan 2021. So you get about 200, 300, 500. Then you've got 2273. 92% are concentrated in major products. You've got Fidelity, FBTC, Grayscale, GBTC, BlackRock, IBIT. I'll go over IBIT in a second. You've got ARC. Let's take a look. Maybe one more article. Below 81K. More than 777 million in leveraged crypto long positions were liquidated in the space of 1 hour. Comments from President Trump caused a surge in the poly market betting odds that Kevin Walsh would become the Fed chair, perhaps disappointing some traders. I don't think that was the reason, to be honest. Here's some commentary
Is
here.
one of the only places in the U.S. that has these bifurcated regulators. UK, EU, all that in the last inquiry side.
The administration saying, look, we want these two agencies to be operating in the same direction, going in the same way, and being unified. And I agree with you that Mike Selig's going to be on the same page with Chair Ad on television to get
a task force website with requests for meetings still about this innovation exemption. So I think they're keeping it pretty close to the vest and query whether they're
Not actually sure if they're even on topic there, so I'll just skip that one. Here's an article from Trading View. Bitcoin beneath 88K, facing fresh attempts to manipulate short-term price action. Order book data flag support. Okay, let's take a look at some of these options here. So if you notice, Bitcoin got up to about its high in October, and since then it has fell. It kind of rebounded a little bit in October, but it fell again. November tried to catch itself, fell again, sort of dropped all the way down to 85 in November, rebounded just a little bit Jan 14th, but now we're below that support level. We're tracking down to 75, 70K here. If you look at some of these put options, they're pretty good, right? So just today, you've got over 1,000% on this, right? So that means if you would have put in, $1,000, you have back 10K, right? So IBIT puts, go ahead and take a look at those. if you want to short Bitcoin, I think it could go down below 70 at some point. So definitely take a look at shorting some of these positions, right? Buying some of these puts. You can still get them right now for pretty cheap. Some of these are 28 cents. So you can still pick up a lot of these short positions. Let's look at BITX. BITX, 1,500%, 3,800%, right? So that means you would have made almost 4x your money. Sorry, 40x your money, right? Put in a K, get back 40K, not a bad deal. Yeah, this one as well for MicroStrategy. This put right here, this 136 put, expiring tomorrow, is giving you, it's 50 cents right now. It's up 4,700%. So these are 4-digit returns. And then MicroStrategy, yeah. So actually, the leverage position is actually not even paying as much as the primary ETF here for MicroStrategy. If you look at the primary ticker for MicroStrategy, you got some really good returns here. This is the winner right here. This 136 put for tomorrow, or I guess tomorrow, Friday. So if we take a look at MicroStrategy, we'll see that we've got a bearish pivot here with a falling wedge, right? They've got a target at about $2 or so. So we'll see what we get to. Look at the 5-day here. Yeah, so we're at about 3. Might get down to 2.7 or below. So that was for MicroStrategy X. For MicroStrategy Primary, we have this falling wedge as well, and we could get down to potentially below 143. We'll see. We'll see what we get to. We get down to 120 perhaps. For BITX, we've got a rising wedge and a falling wedge. They're saying the bottom target could be 16. Down right now is at 24. They're saying it can go down to 16. For Bitcoin primary, we've got a target at it's looking like right now it's trading at 1.6, maybe down to 1.5 in market cap, that is. So yeah, but yeah, in general, right now I think we're trading at 81K. So some have it going down to 75K and below. So very bearish positions on Bitcoin. If you want to trade this, you can buy puts. They seem to be very profitable right now. I'm waiting just to kind of see if it keeps dropping. I was shorting it a little bit earlier in January, but it kind of went back up, so I stopped doing that. So I'm just kind of waiting to see. I didn't catch this exact drop, but if it goes down to 75, I might go ahead and buy some puts. Just, why not? That's just free money. So yeah, I mean that's basically what's going on with that. They're saying that most of this is concentrated in a single entity that's keeping the price depressed. I don't know if I believe that. I just really think that there's not enough momentum to keep Bitcoin up. A lot of people who bought Bitcoin early, they've already cashed out. People who are getting into Bitcoin now are realizing that it's not going to do what it did 10 years ago. So, it's not looking too good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin might actually go, I'm not gonna don't quote me on this, but if you actually zoom out, Bitcoin at one point was down here at 20,000, right? This was back in, and I remember when it got up to 20,000, because I remember when Bitcoin was even before. I remember when Bitcoin was first came out at like 150, right? $150. So when it got up to 20K, people were like, "Oh my gosh, it's so expensive," right? So I don't have any reason why it can't go back down to 20, to be honest. I don't see any fundamental reason why it can't go back down. Because once it got up to 20, people were very surprised, like, oh my gosh, why is, what happened? So, yeah, there's no reason why it can't go down. There's no fundamental reason. There are people buying it, but we'll see, And also, Trump went really heavy into Bitcoin. So to me, that is a bearish scenario, because a lot of people are anti-Trump. So if Trump gets into it, a lot of people will probably get out of it, to be honest. I'm not being political. I'm just, just telling it how it is. Now, don't necessarily buy these one-day options, right? These one-day puts right now. I'm not going to buy these right now. I'm going to wait, see what happens, and then if I want, I'll buy some puts. They won't be one-day puts. I might buy them for like, let's say Feb 20, something like that, right? So if I really want to be strategic, I'll wait maybe until Monday, Feb 2nd, see where it is, monitor it that week, and if it's showing a lot of, more bearish, then I might buy it a little bit further out, like, by Feb 20. I wouldn't recommend buying the one-day puts right now. You don't know if it can rebound. It is possible it can rebound a little bit, and you won't make any money on that, right? So just be careful on that. Don't buy something after the move, right? You want to preempt the move. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, that's it for my Bitcoin update. I'll keep you updated on price movements, and thanks for watching.